The music news for the streets, the music news for your beats, the news for the music stuff that you gonna need. We gon' talk about plugins, we gon' talk about gear. If it's news on this music, we gon' talk about it here. Let's go.
Welcome to the music news for the streets. I'm your anchor man, Some. Hit the keys. And in today's newscast, we've got all kinds of exciting stories for you guys, from new plugins. I've got freebies. I've got beef. I've got some deals for you guys today. But before we get going with today's newscast, I just want to apologize to you guys again. I know I told you guys I was going to do a bunch of stuff with content last week, but I was just still sick after I did the newscast. I just wasn't up to it. I know I put out a couple of videos after that, but I did actually shoot those videos previous. So I shot the plugin video last December. And then I also shot a video with a Billboard producer and a Grammy member. Just talking about different things like placements, so on and so forth. See, many of you guys didn't check that out, so I want to show you guys something real quick. All right, so here is kind of the podcast, the interview, whatever you want to call it, I'm talking about. My guy, C.L. McCoy, he is legit. He's worked with all kinds of people, but this is what I want to show you guys real quick. My mans was at the Grammys yesterday, because again, he's a Grammy member. So you see him at the Grammys. You see him over here with Doja Cat, you know what I'm saying? And then if you scroll up here, you see him in a bunch of other pictures with like Drake's dad. You got him and stuff with Lecrae, DJ Paul, just all kinds of different people here at the Grammys. So I just wanted to make sure I brought that up because I'm trying to do different content for you guys to give you guys information that may not be getting in other sources. And this dude is going to give you all kinds of different tips, ways to maybe get some of your beats sent off to different artists and, potentially get placements and stuff like that. And with that, our top story today comes from UMG and TikTok. I know this story is from last week. Again, I was kind of sick, so I couldn't put together the video, but I wanted to give my thoughts on this. So it looks like Universal Music has pulled all of their music off of TikTok, leaving all of the content creators who use any of the music in any of those TikToks with no sound. So it looks like everybody is just pantomiming. So all those little dances they be doing on TikTok, there's no music and it just looks funny. Gotta love it. But my thoughts on this are, I think eventually it's going to change, but let's go ahead and take a look here, kind of a little more at the story. So it says right here, TikTok removes music from UMG artists, including Olivia Rodrigo and Taylor Swift. So it says right here, TikTok says it removed all music by artists licensed to Universal Music Group, including Taylor Swift, BTS, Drake, and Olivia Rodrigo. We started the removal late last night. January 31st, so obviously, again, the story is a little bit late. In an open letter, UMG argued, among other things, that TikTok wasn't compensating its artists fairly and allowed the platform to be flooded with AI-generated recordings, as well as developing tools to enable, promote, and encourage AI music creation on the platform itself. You can read UMG's full letter here. So kind of a mixed bag of emotions here for me. Because I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts on kind of what I think is going to happen and kind of on what UMG is saying and what TikTok's saying. So ultimately, I do think that they're going to figure it out. UMG is going to put their music back on TikTok because in 2024, TikTok is one of the most discoverable, probably the most discoverable platform on the internet. So it's kind of hard to take your music off of what's one of the most popular sites, in the world. It's kind of going to frustrate your artists. It's going to frustrate a lot of people. And then really for UMG, how do you continue to sign artists from TikTok knowing that that's how your artists are blowing up is TikTok, but you don't want any of the music on TikTok? What I will say is that I understand where Universal Music Group is coming from, but in this one, with the landscape and the way everything is with music streams, I feel like they might be in the wrong in this one for multiple reasons. Probably because the first and the most important reason is TikTok's not going to be able to pay UMG a full stream for using 30 seconds of a song or 60 seconds of a song. And so I do feel like that's something that they got to figure out because it's like, yeah, they played a song in the background, but if they pay UMG, the artist, the full stream, then why would the content creator use any of that music in order to put their reels out? Because the content creator is probably trying to get paid on the real, especially a lot of these content creators who have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million different, subscribers on TikTok. Why would they use the music and why would they promote any of these artists' music if they can't get paid as well? So, I mean, I get that. So that's something that they got to figure out. Also, I want to add though, with UMG though, it makes it kind of sketchy because UMG, obviously we know they have stock in all these different companies that have stock in Spotify and all these other streaming companies. So we get how the music industry works and we get that basically they want to make as much money as they can. Yeah, we get that, but I don't know how y'all fix that with TikTok because it's like you can't keep your artists off TikTok. You guys are discovering artists off of TikTok, and a lot of these artists are only relevant on TikTok. There's like been so many artists at UMG or their sister companies or the companies that they're parent to have signed, but they haven't done well anywhere else but TikTok. So you're going to be hurting all those people. You're also going to be hurting the fact that TikTok is helping a lot of your artists blow up with a lot of these dances that these people are doing to these songs and stuff like that. It might make a song go from getting 50 million views to 250, 300 million views. So I don't know how they're going to figure this out, but I do think here in the next month or so, they'll get it figured out. And if you ask me, I think music will be back on TikTok here pretty soon. All right, guys. And the next story that I have for you guys today comes from Native Instruments. They just recently dropped a couple of new electric piano libraries called Electric Keys. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the story. So as we see here, Electric Keys, they say a versatile pair of treasured electric piano emulations. So you're going to get two. You're going to get the Phoenix and you're going to get the Diamond. Pure authentic tones ranging from warm, mellow, bright, and barking. Customize your sounds with classic array of controls, preamps, and creative effects. So down here, you'll see the way they have it set up is pretty solid too here when you get to put the effects in because you just, you know what I'm saying, you get to use all these effects. And these are some effects from Guitar Rig. Pretty solid. So it gives it that guitar pedal feel. But as you see here, you'll get the Phoenix. The Phoenix captures the sound of a true icon, one of the world's most influential and recognized electric pianos with a vast spectrum of sounds from melodious, bell-like textures to rich, warm harmonies, etc., etc., etc. Then you're also going to get Diamond. Diamond immortalizes a very rare original electric piano from 1967. Beyond its sparkling exterior lie real felt piano hammers, producing a unique and mellow tone similar to the vibraphone. So they both sound pretty solid. I'll let you hear what they sound like here real quick. All right, guys, so I've hopped into FL Studio. When you open up Electric Keys, the Diamond one is going to look like this. As you see here, you get all kinds of stuff like color, tonal shift, bells, sub, harmonics, overtones, FX1, compression, delay. So you're going to get all that stuff. As you see here, you can click over here and you get more controls over the instruments from shape, tone, noise. Then you got effects right here. And so this right here is where you can add in your different pedals or whatever it is. And again, since these are all from Guitar Rig, you know, they're all pretty solid. So you get all kinds of stuff there. Pretty solid. One of the presets that I'm actually rocking right now, this one is super solid to me. It's called Cloud Echoes. I mean, it just sounds like this. So pretty solid. You know, you can hear all the reverse and the delay and all that going on. But as you see here, when you start looking at the presets, you're going to get a ton of presets for both of these. So, you know, we'll listen to some of these presets and check them out for you guys. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. As you see, the more you mess with it, or the more presets you go through, you know, it's going to sound different, obviously, because it's got all those pedals on there. Let's go ahead and hit this lo-fi Diamond real quick. And I'm not blinking out that blowing my nose there either. I'm leaving it right up in here. But here's another one. So as you can see here, this thing has just got a bunch of different presets that you can mess with. Let's see what this mellow vibrato sounds like, and I'm gonna turn a couple of dials down here for you guys as well. I mean, as you guys can see there, you can get a really good sound really quick. I wanted to do a full demo on this, but again, I was sick last week, so I couldn't. I'm so far backed up with videos that I couldn't get a full review on this, but there's plenty of content out on this, so you can check it out. Check out both the electric pianos. Definitely a solid electric piano if you're in the need of one. All right, guys, and up next, I've got a freebie for you guys today. This one basically emulates Knock by Decap, and it's called Refire. So I did not download Refire. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I probably will download it though and complete it in whatever newscast that I do at the end of this week, and I'll give you guys a little sound demo on it. But as you see here, it's got all the same modules or similar modules as Knock. So it's got this bang nodule, it's got heat. So this is a transient shaper, this bang, this heat is gonna be distortion. The sub, obviously, it's gonna be sub-harmonic. It's gonna control your sub-harmonic frequencies. This detail right here, it kind of has a filter. So this is a filter, and then this adds a little air to your tone. And then right here, you have your clipper. So it's supposed to sound pretty good on drums. Again, I'm sorry I didn't download it. I'm gonna keep using I'm sick as an excuse. But I will check it out for you guys, and I will let you know my final thoughts on there. I will leave the link though below so that you can download this if you're interested in checking it out. And up next, guys, we've got a lot of beef. It seems like in the last 3 weeks, everybody's beefing with each other. 2024 came in with Cat Williams calling out names, and now everybody else is calling everybody else out. So typically I don't do stuff like this on my channel or in the news reports because this ain't TMC, this ain't Page 6, this ain't Dish Nation. We don't do gossiping. We don't do none of that stuff around here. We try to keep it music. It's stuff that's gonna help you, but all this stuff is music, and some of the stuff kind of needs to be talked about. So the first beef we're gonna talk about is definitely about 3 weeks old, but it's hella funny. So I'm gonna talk about it, and it is Mos Def and my guy Drake. So recently, Mos Def was in an interview, and this woman asked him, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and run the clip so you guys can see it if you haven't seen it already.
Like, is Drake hip hop?
Why are you doing this to me? Drake is pop to me. In the sense, like, if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Or it's
Commercial music,
shopping with an edge.
Now, see, that is not fair. That is not fair. Because I'm not trying to make this a racial issue. There's gonna be some more racial talk later on. I'm far from racist. I love everybody. But I hate to see a black woman ask a black man a question about another black man in order to put him down in a negative light. It would be the same for any though. I don't want to see anybody put anybody down in a negative light, but I feel like this interviewer is very immature with that statement. And you put Mos Def on the spot because he would be more of an underground rapper versus Drake being a commercial rapper. Now, what I don't feel is fair is the debate has gone all over the place, and people who don't even know what the fuck hip hop is are the ones who are out here the most trying to talk about all Drake's not hip hop or all Drake's not this or all Drake's not that. If it came down to I could only listen to one of these two artists for the rest of my life, I'm going to listen to Mos Def over Drake because I'm a Mos Def fan. I've been rocking with Mos Def since I think it was 98 when Black Star came out. When I first heard Black Star, Talib Kweli, and Mos Def, I was a senior in high school. I beat that CD nonstop every day for years, you know? I like Mos Def. I like, you know, that's the kind of rap that I listen to. I would be more of a lyrical miracle type rapper for most of my life, just being real, because I'm more of a lyricist. But what I don't think is fair is when people are out here talking about Drake's not hip hop, because I don't think you understand what hip hop is, because hip hop isn't music. Hip hop is culture. Hip hop is culture. And people don't understand that. Hip hop isn't the music. Rap music is an element of hip hop. So if you don't understand what elements of hip hop are, you probably shouldn't really be talking about hip hop. Not saying Mos Def doesn't, because he definitely knows what hip hop is. But I would say Drake is hip hop because he makes rap music. Rap music is hip hop. Now there's different levels and tiers of that to where it'd be like he's a commercial rapper, and that's fair. Call it what it is. He is the most commercial rapper out there. You can call him a pop star too if you want to. You can be a pop star. You can be you know what I'm saying, a rapper at the same time. Because if you're a rapper, you're hip hop. Doesn't mean that you're good hip hop. Doesn't mean that you're great hip hop, but you're hip hop. And back in the day, when I grew up, this wasn't the debate. The debate wasn't, are you hip hop or not? It was, are you an MC or are you a rapper? You know, because a rapper is going to be somebody more like Drake. An MC is going to be somebody more like Mos Def. That lets you, you know what I'm saying? That lets you kind of see the difference between commercial and underground. And that's fine. But we can't sit here and act like commercial rap music hasn't helped open up the doors for all these other rappers. Because in the 90s, all these rappers that we hold up on this pedestal were commercial rappers. So yeah, Biggie rapped about all kinds of stuff, but he was he made a lot of commercial music, you know? I mean, they all have commercial music, man. Jay-Z got a bunch of commercial music. Nas, people used to hate on, what was it? It Was Written. When it came out, they hated It Was Written because they said it was too commercial. But now when you look back at It Was Written or I Am, people consider those some of Nas's best work and some of the greatest albums in hip hop. So we need commercial music just as much as we need underground music, you know? But what's funny is after this interview, they talked to Drake or they didn't talk to Drake, but Drake made a Instagram or a Twitter post and he called Mos Def Bohemian Bucket. That's one of the funniest names I've ever heard in my life. I guess apparently a Bohemian Bucket is a crackhead in Canada. That's what they call a crackhead. Definitely not saying Mos Def's a crackhead, but Bohemian Bucket, I'm definitely putting that in my vocabulary. And anytime somebody makes me mad, that's what I'm about to call them. So, but then after that, Drake also responded with the video from Method Man, which I think was probably a pretty clutch move. Again, I'm not picking any sides in this beef. None of these beefs I'm picking any sides in. But with this is the video that he posted.
Hip hop is a culture. It's a way of life. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. It's the break dancing, the rhymes, the stage shows, the DJ, the mixing, the scratching, the wordplay. That's hip hop.
And so, I mean, he's right to a T. That's hip hop, you know? And I feel like I'm just gonna expound on this shortly, but I feel like a lot of people were done a disservice when they were introduced to rap music because they were told that was hip hop. So my parents always taught me what the elements were. Like a lot of people, when we consider this hip hop a culture, it's because when I go to my family reunions, that's all we listen to. We're doing all the dances. You know, people are breaking. We have, you know, somebody will be DJing the party. I mean, this is what, you know, we do. You know, every family event, barbecues, picnics, whatever it is, you know, when you're at home Sunday morning, we're waking up, our parents are bumping this stuff and we're trying to break and we're trying to do all this stuff. And so it's like, it's more than just music to a lot of people. Hip hop is more than music to a lot of people. And so a lot of people were introduced to rap music and told that it was hip hop, which it's an element of hip hop, but it's not hip hop itself. And so then they went and they told their kids or their friends, or they trickled that down. And instead of doing some research and gathering all this information, they just take some of the information and they trickle that down. And so that's just how where we're at right now. So let me know in the comments if y'all want me to do a video about that, expounding on hip hop more, because I would love to do that. I wrote a college term paper, got an A+ on it. So I mean, I'm pretty obviously you guys know I'm pretty well versed to talk about this, but let me know, you know? So let's go ahead and get to our next beef. So our next beef, man, it's like it's 1999 all over again. So now we got Benzino and Eminem beefing with each other again because I guess Eminem called out Benzino on a track, and then after that, Benzino responded back with 2 diss tracks. He tried to Drake him. So in this one, I'm torn on this one as well because it's like I don't rock with Benzino, you know? I would have probably rocked Eminem's music, you know, over Benzino. Well, I definitely would have rocked Eminem's music over Benzino. Before this beef, I probably had Eminem in my top 10. He's not in my top 5, but he's in my top 10. You know, I never had a problem with him. Kind of some of the stuff that I'm unveiling, though, I kind of got I don't know how I feel about him right now. But it's like Eminem disses Benzino, says something about his daughter, whatever, that's fine. So Benzino comes back and drops 2 diss tracks. Now, here's the thing. Hip hop sucks right now because it's like people are talking about how great these Benzino diss tracks are, and they're just mid at best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he had ghostwriters and all that other stuff, so they're just mid at best. You know, like I've heard so many diss tracks, and I love battle rap. I was a battle rapper for so long, so listening to this, I'm just like, I mean, it's all right. You know, you're gonna go get a fire ass beat that you already know is gonna do well, and I just, I mean, I could have done with an original beat. I could have, you know, but it's Benzino, so what can you expect for him? But a lot comes to light though when you start dissecting this actual beef. So a lot of us know that this beef goes back to like when Eminem dropped his first album and they gave him like 3.5 mics in the Source. And then he always came out and he talked a lot of shit about Benzino. But I guess what we don't know, well, some of us knew, but what a lot of us didn't know was that I guess Eminem has a racist mixtape that he dropped in like 1993 or 4 or 5 or something like that, where he's calling black women, he's calling black people nigga with a hard R, you know what I'm saying? Talking about black women ain't shit, because I guess he dated some black chick and she broke up with him. Talking about black women ain't shit, white women are the everything. Just all this crazy ass shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a mixtape full of it. So it's a whole album full of Eminem being racist. Now, I heard before that Eminem had used the N-word before, but I thought he just used the nigga. And I was like, he don't use it no more, I'm good. But then, you know, the internet's a motherfucker. And so as you see here, you know, the Source to expose secret racist tape Eminem has kept hidden since 1993. You can find all this shit on the internet. Y'all, I'm not going to play any of these tracks because A, I'm not supporting racism. I'm not here for it. But you can find all this stuff on the internet. So in case you wanted to, you know what I'm saying, look into it yourself. But when I heard it, I was like, this is crazy. That this dude, you know what I'm saying, who's in the culture would make this. So I guess, you know, you can see all kinds of different stuff here, though. All kinds of different YouTube stuff that I had just never seen in my life. And it's like, you kind of see why some rappers don't really rock with him. And, you know, everybody's always like, how come people hate on Eminem, so on and so forth? Well, this information's out there. They've probably heard it before, so they just probably don't rock with him because they're like, you know, you went on this racist tyrant. I don't have to forgive you. No different than like, let's say I walked up and I slapped your mama, right? And then 5 years later, I apologize. Are you going to forgive me? No, you don't have to forgive me because I slapped your mama. So this is no different. I know a lot of people are probably going to go ham in the comment section and be like, oh, it was the past. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I'm going to have to digest it for a few more days, but it is what it is. Bet y'all thought we was done with the beef. We're only halfway there. I told y'all, there's been a lot of beef going on 2024 so far. So the next beef we have, the next 2 beefs we have are kind of funny to me. But the next one we got is Meg the Stallion and Nicki Minaj is beefing now. And it's absolutely hilarious because in my opinion, Megan killed her with 2 bars. And here's why. Let me explain why. So if you aren't aware, if you live underneath a rock or you don't know what's going on, basically Megan Thee Stallion made a song called His, right? And on this song, His, she says these bars right here, right? So the whole song's not about Nicki Minaj or nothing like that. She doesn't even say Nicki's name. So I'm gonna go ahead and read these lyrics right here. I'm gonna kind of censor them because I don't want none of y'all ladies to get mad at me. These ain't my words. This ain't what I think about y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's what Meg think about some of y'all. But basically it says, these loose women don't be mad at Megan. These loose women mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. Female dog, you a vagina. You a vagina. Never finna check me. Yeah. Every chance you get, but your weak behind won't address me. Loose woman. All right. I know I said it all corny, but it's funny because it's like it starts off with these loose women don't be mad at Megan. They mad at Megan's law. What's Megan's law, you may wonder? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. For those unaware, Megan's law refers to a federal law in the USA that keeps track of the movements of sex offenders post-prison release and requires them to register changes with the state after moving. So why is that important, you may ask? Well, in case you don't know, Nicki Minaj's husband is a sex offender. So Megan just said something about Megan's law, and that set Nicki off because her husband's a predator, you know? So it is what it is. Nicki, I don't know why you mad at Megan. I mean, I guess I do, but I don't because, you know, all she did was just state the obvious. And so in return, Nicki came back with a diss track. Actually, in return, Nicki heard this song. She went and probably got an ounce of coke. She did cocaine for 2 straight days. And then she recorded a diss track under the influence. And it is freaking awful. It's one of the worst diss tracks I've ever heard in my whole entire life. Like if Megan doesn't respond to this diss track, she wins by default. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if Nicki can come back with this one. Nicki gonna have to drop like 5 fire diss tracks to get the stench of this one off. So as we look, the name of the track is Bigfoot, which is pretty funny. That's a quality name, you know. Bigfoot, Megan, you know, she's a big woman. You know, she's like 6 foot, you know, whatever. It's funny. She got shot in the foot. That's not funny. We don't condone that here. But what's great about this is actually the comment section. So as you scroll through here, because, you know, if you know how the barbs are, we know how the barbs are. So this is just hilarious. You know, as you look at some of these comments, they say, it's like this one. I was listening to this with my cousin and I paused it towards the end and I said, I know Nicki is playing around. She is not serious. When I pressed play, Nicki said, I'm very serious. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Then below that, somebody said Onika, which is Nicki's real name, worried about the wrong foot because Kenny got an ankle monitor on his. Bro, you can't make this up. And then it's like, you know, more comments. She really thought she did something, huh? You know, most underrated comment. Then you got some of the barbs, because she did. She absolutely did not. You know, we could all do better than this. Just funny. There's another funny comment here I want to read for you guys real quick, too. This one's funny to me, too. It's like, Nicki, you know the barbs can't defend you this time. Here's the barbs. No need to. She delivered her bars in double entendres per usual. Looks around. You call that bars, the whole song trash. It's like, period. I love Nicki, but this song is just so disrespectful and unnecessary. 2 bars on Megan's song, and Nicki has a midlife crisis. A queen like Beyonce would never. So just hilarious. I kind of want to see where it goes. I'm looking here. I see one more comment that cracks me up. Megan said 2 words, Megan's law, and Nicki ain't got no sleep since. And she hasn't, because she was doing a bunch of cocaine. And then the last beef story I got for you guys today comes from no other than Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. I know, what a time to be alive. Like it's 2001 all over again. So in case you guys aren't aware, Britney Spears dropped a book and she talked about Justin in the book. So as we see here, the book published in October revealed she had an abortion while dating the former NSYNC star. And then she said, I guess, some other stuff about him in the book. I don't have all the details because y'all know I'm not reading a Britney Spears memoir. But it says down here, Spears posted an apology along with the clip of Justin Timberlake singing on Saturday Night Live and added, "I always wanted to say I am in love with Justin Timberlake's new song, Selfish. It is so good. And how come every time I see Justin and Jimmy together, I laugh so hard?" And so then after that, you know, I know a lot of you guys may know what happened, but Justin Timberlake was performing in a video recorded during his performance at the Irving Plaza. Timberlake could be heard telling the crowd, "I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely effing nobody." And then the next song was Cry Me a River, which we all knows about Britney and how she wanted to get back with him. So that's hilarious. But then down here, as we see, Britney replies again. So she deleted that apology. And then she said, "Someone told me someone was talking S about me on the streets. Do you want to bring it to court, or will you go crying to your mom like you did last time? I'm not sorry." So what's kind of hilarious about this whole situation to me is that we all know they broke up because Britney cheated on Justin. I guess now it's starting to come out that Justin had cheated on her too or whatever. I'm not sure if that's true or not because we ain't finding out about that until now. I remember back in the day though, the rumor was always that Britney wouldn't give it up to Justin and then she gave it up to somebody else and that's why they broke up. And so I guess just thinking about it from the perspective of a dude who's been in a bunch of relationships, you ain't cool with all your exes. And no matter what you want to say in the future, your ex might still hate your guts. And so, like, I would recommend steer clear away from saying anything about anybody on the internet that you don't want to come back and blast you, because ultimately that's what happened in this situation. We all know that Britney may not be the most stable, so I'm not here to take shots at Britney. I'm not here to side with Justin or not either as well. You know what I'm saying? He probably could have just left it alone. But you know, it is what it is, but it is kind of funny that we got Britney and Justin beefing. I wonder if we're gonna get any diss tracks from them. So that's what I got on the beef for y'all. Let me know if y'all want me to do more stuff like this where we talk about different weird music stuff. I'm probably gonna cover every music beef here from on out. Like if it's like hip hop or something, I'll probably cover these. Like if there's like rap beefs and stuff like that, I'll probably cover those. But let me know if this is something you guys like. If not, I won't keep putting them in the newscast. Because again, this isn't TMC, but kind of funny stories. All right, guys. And the last thing I got for you guys today is just some deals. In case you didn't know, Plugin Boutique is celebrating their 12th anniversary this month. So until the 18th, they're going to have a bunch of sales on some products. So I've got some of the deals that I think are pretty good deals. In case you may have missed out on anything you were looking for Black Friday or anything like that. There might be some stuff in here that's either comparable, better, whatever the case is. So the first deal that I have for you guys today is this Native Instruments Plugin Boutique bundle. So this right here is going to give you 5 different plugins. I feel like the Massive, the Neoverb, and the Drummer alone is definitely worth more than the $50 because they all sell for over $50 when they normally sell. So it says here that you'll save $876 on this. I can't really comment on the Focusrite console and this synth right here because I've never used it. But again, you're going to get Massive, which normally sells for, I believe, $100. It does go and sell a lot, though. You're going to get Neoverb, which is an AI reverb. It's pretty solid. You're going to get this BX console, Focusrite SC, which is like a channel strip, obviously. You're going to get this BX hybrid. So it looks like this is an EQ. Again, I've never used this, so I can't speak on it. I do use Studio Drummer, though. You guys have heard some beats with Studio Drummer in there, too, as well. Pretty solid drummer. $54. I think this is a pretty good deal. The next deal I have for you guys is Stutter Edit 2. I know I talk about this every time that I get on. This is actually $10. I don't know why. Some of these prices are looking jacked up on my computer, but I do believe this is the $10. It's definitely worth it. If you want something like Gross Beat or something like Shaperbox or Infiltrator, but you don't have the money for it, you can grab this right here for $10, and it can do a lot of the same stuff with the stutters, the glitches, the halftime, all that stuff that those other plugins can do. It does take a little bit of a learning curve in order to get everything down, but it is worth it once you get it. I do love this plugin. I don't use it enough, but I do love it. And then you'll be able to cross-grade in the future with other isotope stuff. So you'll be able to cross-grade if you don't have anything isotope, like in the Ozone or Neutron or Nectar or something like that in the future if you are interested. The next deal I have is Universal Audio. They have this electronic music bundle. So this one is $69 right here. What you're gonna get in this bundle is you're gonna get this Opal morphing synth, which is fire. You're gonna get this Mini Moog emulation, which is a really solid Mini Moog emulation. Those two plugins alone, you know, I mean, they're worth the 60. But then you're also gonna get this Studer tape, which is solid. You're gonna get the 1176 limiter collection, and then you're gonna get this Lexicon reverb. So you are gonna get some good stuff there for the $69, like the pricing there. And then over here, we've got SSL and Harrison console compressor bundle for $49.99. So in this bundle, you're gonna get the 32 bus, you're gonna get this multi-band compressor, you're gonna get this fusion compressor, very solid. The reason I pulled this up is actually because of this compressor. It's just a very solid tool. It just adds a little bit of flavor to your sound. And then this LMC down here, I haven't used this, so I can't speak on this as well. But for $49, not a bad deal, especially just the Fusion alone for $49.99 is not bad. You've got this Arturia deal. So we've got Arturia, they've got Pigments 5, just came out half off, $99. You've got the FX collection for $249, so this is 50% off. And then you got Analog Lab Pro for half off, which is $99 as well. Not a bad deal. You've got these Air Music Technology bundles. So all these bundles are $10. In these bundles, you're gonna get a bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna come to this bundle right here because this is probably gonna be the bundle that I would recommend for you. If you don't have Expand 2 already, I mean, this isn't bad. You're gonna get Expand 2. You're gonna get DB33 and you're gonna get Vacuum Vintage. But all of these are pretty solid bundles. Just take a look through them because you're gonna get a few different plugins for $10. And then the last deal I have for you guys today comes from UJam. Basically, they're offering deals on all this USynth stuff. I've done reviews on all this stuff, so you can go check it out if you want to, see if this is something that you like. But all these USynths are basically easy use synths. So they're synthesizers where all the controls are underneath the hood, so you can only get control what's on the front page. But all of them are looking like they're $19 right now, not bad. You got different genres, not bad. These do have free trials on them as well. So you can go over to UJam, you can download them and check them out and see if there's something that you like before you buy. So that's what I got for you guys today. Again, I'm sorry I haven't been giving you guys the updated news and all that stuff the past couple of weeks. A bunch of plugins have come out. I'm sorry I haven't given you guys reviews on them. Just been under the weather, haven't been feeling the greatest. I'm getting older. So as you get older, sometimes the sickness sticks with you just a little bit longer than it does when you're younger. So again, I do apologize. And again, let me know if you guys want more stuff like this where I'm talking about other things than just plugins and stuff like that. Maybe I'll make a different kind of video format for it or something like that, but I can do that for you guys as well. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What was the funniest of all the beefs? Was it TikTok and UMG? Was it Britney and Justin? Was it Megan and Nicki? Y'all let me know what's the funniest of all the beefs, but that's what I got for you guys today. So make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button and subscribe to that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always. Signing off as your anchor man, something, something, something. Hit the keys. Until next time, peace.
Some, hit the keys.